Hello, good morning. Magandang umaga po. Si Rhia Luz ng Buhay-Buhay sa Amerika. Kagagaling ko lang sa trabaho kaya naka uniform pa. And magandang umaga sa inyong lahat dito sa Arizona and good evening Philippines and to all of you na ating mga kababayan sa Pilipinas o saan mang panig ng mundo. I just promised I'm going to do live every Monday. Unfortunately, because I worked last night, I have I could not leave work early, so I had to extend the time instead of going ng 7 o'clock. I have to extend ng 7:30, and and I'm just coming inside the house, so medyo na late. Pero I just wanted to make this live stream to say hello to all of you, to all my friends in Facebook and YouTube. Maraming salamat to all of you who are helping us and connecting. Sa lahat po ng mga kaibigan ko dyan, magandang umaga dito sa Arizona at magandang gabi Pilipinas. Last week, I happened to I was talking to someone. Hello! Ayan na, dumating si Johnson Sincere Heart at si Kobayashi Shogun PB. Maraming salamat. I just wanted to, can you hear me? If you can, hi, Charlotte, hello, thank you for coming. If you can connect, thanks, Be, Jan Marina Acevedo. If you can hear me, give me, just press 1. Kasi last week, I was like 9 minutes past and I am actually not being heard. Look like you cannot hear me. Can you hear me? Acevedo. Okay, if I can hear. I think may sound. My sister saying, be safe. Thank you so much. Naku, nasa harang pa pala. Thank you for your sacrifice. Charlotte, thank you so much. Yay, naririnig ako. Last week, it was like 9 minutes and I am just not even heard. Hello, Sahara Cardenas. Good morning, all the way from Chicago. How's the weather in Chicago? It is cold here in Arizona today. It's 47 degrees. It's cold for us. For you in New York and in Midwest, it's not cold. But for us here in Arizona, 47 degrees is cold. So thank you so much, Charlotte, for coming, my dear sister, and my sister Johnson Sincere Heart is on a video call and still on harang. Thank you so much. Edward Laksina, thank you so much for coming. Tamsak Dan. And my sister Jan Marina Acevedo, she is the founder of the Chicago Hispanic Community for Peace. So if you know a Spanish person who would be interested to learn how to improve their marriage, go seek for Marina and John. Hello, Edward Laksina. Thank you so much for coming. And my sister, Charlotte Ndambo, my Simeki. Charlotte is from Congo, Democratic Republic of Congo. She is the wife of my husband's best friend. In fact, Charlotte is also a very good friend of my husband. My husband, as you know, is from Congo. At maraming salamat. And hayan, si Kobayashi Shogun TV. Kaya please connect to his channel. That is, he dropped the link. So if any one of you want to drop your links, you are free to do so. And thank you for coming, to all of you, and to all our friends who are here. I am just trying to connect to my friends who are available. Oh, Edward Laksina, good evening. where are you at this time? I thought you're in Philippines. Di ba gabi na sa Pilipinas? Saan ka ba, Edward? Are you in Philippines or in another part of the world too? Kumusta na kayo dyan? Maraming salamat sa inyong pagsama. Last week, I had the chance to talk about Charlotte and I were in the same page. Thank you, Charlotte, for coming again. Last week, I was talking to our friends about our physical life and the value of our physical life, as well as I think if you can remember what was it that we were talking. Hello, Roland. Sagnit, how are you? Nasa harang pa si Jongsong Sincere Heart. Last week, we were talking about our life is just like a journey on a train. We'll never know when that our train station will stop. But along the way, we have to cooperate and work in unity and in harmony with the people who are in the train. So something like the same as in life, we need to work together. We need to unite and work in harmony with one another. So we will have a peaceful world. So yun yung that was the topic last week. And then because of that, we even end up talking about the spirit world. And I think it was a really good topic because everybody has no idea what is the spirit world like, right? Do you know what the spirit world would be like? When we pass into this physical body, when our body ends, we go to the spirit world, but we never know what kind of life is waiting for us in the spirit world. So last week, I actually I got the inspiration from God's Ideal Family and the Kingdom of Peaceful Ideal World. This is speeches given by Dr. Sun Myung Moon in sharing to us the value of physical and the spirit world. So if you are interested, I think I'd like to continue that speech that I was reading. Last week, I shared about the existence that the spirit world is real and it exists. So this time I'll talk about the bounds of heaven and hell. So I'll continue. This is on page 39. Ladies and gentlemen, what kind of places are heaven and hell? What kinds of people enter heaven? If it really does exist, where would it be? Would it be outside the galaxy, on the other side of the sky? Or is it only a product of our imagination? These are questions that everyone will have pondered and asked at least once. In brief, heaven is a world overflowing with God's love and established with true love at its axis. It is a world where true love is the external form as well as internal content of every environment. It is a world where true love is present and at the beginning and end of life. It is a world full of people who were all born through true love, who live in the embrace of true love and following the track of true love, finally pass on into the next world, the spirit world. Consequently, antagonism and jealousy cannot be found in that world, for it is a natural world where each person lives for the sake of the other. It is not a world governed by money, honor, or power. It is a world wherein the success of a person represents the success of the whole, and like the likes of the person represents the likes of the whole, and the joy of a person represents the joy of the whole. Heaven is a world filled with the air of true love, where all breathe true love. It is a world where life throbs with love at any place at any time. It is a world whose constituent members are all connected to the true God's to the true God through blood ties. It is a place where the whole world and all people are linked together in an inseparable relationship, like the cells in our bodies. It is a world that is governed only by true love, the love that is God's essence. Accordingly, God also exists for true love. A life of true love. You should lead a life that is completely devoted to true love. Your life should be one in which you love God more than did Adam, Eve, or Jesus. By thoroughly actualizing true love, you should perfectly unite your mind and body and find and establish the realm of relationship of true love. To put it another way, you should perfect a true family on earth, and the three generation of grandparents, parents, and children should live together in true love. Only then will you be eligible to enter heaven. What kind of love is true love? The essence of true love is found not by having others serve you, but it is found when you give, serve, and live for the sake of others. It is love that gives and forget that it has given and continues to give endlessly. It is love that gives with pleasure. It is the heart of pleasure. It is the love of a mother holding her baby to her bosom and breastfeeding it. It is love expressed through sacrifice, as when, with pleasure, a child acts with filial piety towards his or her parents. It is a love just like that God expressed when creating humankind, an act requiring absolute, unique, and unchanging and eternal love that gives without condition or expectation of receiving anything in return. Ladies and gentlemen, true love brings about the incorporeal order, peace, and happiness that serve the common good. True love is love that determines the source, center, and honor of the universe. True love is the root and the symbol of the will and power of God. Therefore, when bound in true love, it is enough to be together eternally, for it is love, for it is a love that can attract not only the universe, but even God. Therefore, when bound in true love, it is enough to be together. Uh, For it is a love that can attract not only the universe, but even God. The value of true love lies in its power, which is strong enough to eradicate the walls of national, racial, and religious boundaries created by fallen human descendants. That is why the absolute condition necessary to enter the kingdom of heaven is a life that has been lived for the sake of others. That is life of true love. Yet look at the world we are currently living in. The people of the world are caught in the trap of extreme selfishness, clamoring for material gain. They have lost all sense of values and have fallen into depths of self-gratification and degradation. The world is filled with alcoholics, as if drugs and free sex were not enough. There were even those who commit incest, an act not even seen in the animal world, and still live with their heads held high. This world has become one wherein beasts with human faces roam freely, even after violating women, grandmothers, mothers, wives, and daughters. This world has become one wherein the swapping of spouses between couples is rampant. Such circumstances are without a doubt the pinnacle of the destruction of morality and the very last of fallen acts. This world has become hell on earth, where the perfected world, embodying the ideal God envisioned at the creation, cannot even be dreamed of. That is on page 41. I'll end up in there. And if you have you learn something from what is true love and what is God's ideal is true love. Unfortunately, because of the fall of man, of Adam and Eve, that true love, and that God's ideal was not realized, and it's still the hope of mankind's hope is to live in that environment of true love, and even God desires for that land and that ideal of true love to be realized on earth. Jesus prayed for the realization of that, of God's kingdom. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. And that is the kingdom of heaven on earth, wherein true love and love reigns. So if you have anything you wanted to add, let me know. I know that Charlotte has a lot to share. If Charlotte is still here, my sister Charlotte, John Song Sincere Heart, how about you? Or are you in do you have anything you wanted to add or share? What's going on in your side of in your area at this time? Edward, kumusta na? If you have anything you wanted to share, you are free, since this live stream is just wanting to connect with you. But even if I wanted to connect, I wanted to make something that I wanted to leave you something that you can learn from, even in just a short time we can meet. Kaya maraming salamat sa lahat ng kasama ko ngayon in my Facebook page, Rhia Luz, and also on Buhay Buhay sa Amerika in Facebook and in YouTube. Maraming salamat po for coming. I came from a night shift, and since I promised I'm going to do a live stream at least every Monday. Unfortunately, I worked last night, so I have to rush to get home so I can meet you, whoever is available tonight, today, that I can meet here at this live streaming. Kaya I apologize. I'm still, my hair is still all sticking out from the whole night. It is wrapped on nakakap. Oh, my sister Cynthia Nakay, Happy New Year! How are you? Jawo, ILTP Can, good morning. Nakatamsak dan po. Thank you so much. Jawo, it's so nice to see you. Early morning. Nasa harang pa si Jawo. This morning, I attended daily devotion with Reverend Yong, Dr. Yong, and while I was on break at work, and it was a beautiful message. His message is about how we can console the heart of God. Just as I was right here, I'm saying, let us inherit a longing heart to realize God's will in our lifetime. I think if we can think of that every day, how we can be able to make God happy, how we can be able to make our life more meaningful, and as I read earlier about what is heaven look like. Heaven is a place where everyone is happy for people's happiness. Oh, Jawo is driving. Please drive safe. Drive safe, Jawo. Thank you so much, and renew your license. Thank you so much for joining me, and you take care and your family, and God bless you. Happy New Year, Jawo. And Happy New Year, my dear sister Cynthia Garigues Nakay. And thank you so much for all your great works in the East Coast. I was moved by that daily devotion that Dr. Young is doing. It's I think this is what America needs at this time, especially. America is so divided. There's people who are extreme left an extreme right, and there's no in the middle. Thank you so much for listening, Jawo. Thank you so much. And I think that is the thing we have to um, think of in this situation. What would Jesus do? What would God do? God is our heavenly parent. And as last night, yesterday, the message of President Naukimi, the president of Family Federation for World Peace, he gave a very amazing message on how we can unite this world and this situation in America. Oh, thank you so much, and Charlotte. Charlotte says we have to live true love here on earth so we can breathe the true love in the spirit world. Let's love one another here on earth, and then to the spirit world, let's love with sincerity. Amen to that, Charlotte. Thank you so much for sharing that. And as Dr. Young always mentioned in that daily morning devotion, that utmost sincerity moves heaven. And I think that message of utmost sincerity is very rare to hear, because people are all about we can just say, I love you, or it's easy to say I love you, but without the true meaning of how much can you love a person. As Reverend Moon mentioned earlier, love is about giving, giving, and forget that you had given. And if we can think of that every day, how much we can love others, how much we can give ourselves to make that person happy, that is what God is expecting for all of us. And it's much more if we think of how can I make God happy? Every time we pray, we always pray, oh, please help me, help my family, help my friend. But have we ever thought of a prayer and asking God, how can I help you? I think I heard one sister prayed something like that. She prayed about how I can make you happy. What can I do for you today, Heavenly Parent? And that is Romina Raman. I heard her prayer with that kind of message. How can I make you happy, Heavenly Parent? I think that was the most powerful prayer I have heard. And if we think of that as every day, or even just for some time, we think and make in our own consciousness, how can I make God happy? Because I think the most sorrowful person and the most sorrowful being in the world is God Himself. It's not the poorest of the poor. It is God, because God has such glorious expectation when He created human being. When He created the whole creation, it is all for man. It is all for the greatest creation He will have. It is His children. And then suddenly, Adam and Eve, His own children, disobeyed Him. And until now, from 1 to 2, from Adam and Eve, this very being, His own children, now how many children God has? We are close to 8 billion. We're now 7.8 billion people in the world. Can you imagine how much pain each and every one God is receiving? And especially when God sees His children fighting, as President Naokimi said yesterday, the most painful thing a parent could see is when his children fights right in front of him. And I think that is the same way. If we can understand God's pain, that every time we fight, who hurts the most? It is our parent. And who is our parent? It's God. So I think the most important thing that we should do at this time in history is to unite and love one another. And I see Jawo write something here. If you want to win someone's heart, sincerity is the key. When you are sincere, you already win half of the game before even starting. Oh, great job, Jawo. Thank you. That was powerful. So, as Jawo even mentioned, the sincerity moves the heart. As Rabbi Young even mentioned, it's sincerity, utmost sincerity moves heaven, and I can testify that even in the last the one we're doing fundraising for Catanduanes, I will tell you, it started with just the utmost sincerity of Ate Tess to help her hometown Catanduanes, who's been devastated with typhoon Rolly, and her innermost desire is that she can bring some help to her people in Catanduanes, even without financial planning to get this money, where to get the money, but because she's so sincere and she really devoted to take the courage to bring something for her hometown. That sincerity has now moved a lot of people and raised almost 15,000 to help Catanduanes. So that is one of the closest experience I have seen because of the utmost sincerity. And the greatest thing we can do at this time and put our effort, if we really believe Jesus prayed for the realization of God's kingdom. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. And if we unite with that same mind and thought just as Jesus. And as I was mentioning, Dr. Hak Jahan Moon, her mind is working to realize God's kingdom in her lifetime. That is the most powerful dream of all. Just as Jesus has prayed for the realization of God's kingdom in his lifetime, unfortunately, Jesus passed too soon at age of 33. And the world is still in chaos to realize that kingdom of heaven on earth. So let's work in unity with a person who's working to realize God's will at this time. And I believe Dr. Hak Jahan Moon, who takes on the task of realizing God's will in her lifetime. If we can work in unity with a person who is desiring to bring out that kingdom of heaven here on earth, I think that will be that plan, and that vision can be realized sooner if we all come together to unite to realize that in our lifetime. If we can put even just as Charlotte Nambo says, we have to live with true love here on earth so we can breathe true love in the spirit world. Let's love one another here on earth, and let's love with sincerity. So today is the message, the word that keep reminding us is sincerity and love. So love without sincerity is not love. So that is the key too. So we need to really put on in our heart, in our mind, how we can love sincerely and how we can love God, our family, especially within our family. God is not way up high. God is around and within us. And sometimes the hardest to love is your own family. So let's start with the family. Let's start from within. Then we can love the society, our nation, and the world. And if that is our mentality, I think the world will be a better place and God will surely be happy. So maraming salamat, Jawo, ILTP Can, and Charlotte, for your sharing for us today. I appreciate your coming, and I did not plan to make this a long conversation. I'm just happy that I made it home from my night shift and I was able to share with you something. I hope you gain something from this morning sharing. If Dr. Yong has a morning devotion, why not let's share with one another what we can learn um, and love one another with sincerity and artistic devotion. So thank you so much. As Jawo says, if you want to win someone's heart, sincerity is the key. And when you are sincere, you already win half of the game before you even start. Thank you so much. Stay safe po, ate, sabi ni Jawo. I will always be here. Oh, thank you so much, Jawo. I appreciate that you're here. You know, it's very important to have an object. God created us as his object partner. And without an object, it's just very hard that you'll be talking without people responding. So I appreciate you, Jawo, and all of you, Johnson Sincere Heart, Edward Laksina, Charlotte Ndambo, Roland Sagmit, and my sister Cynthia Nakay, and everyone who came. Maraming salamat. Oh, Veronica Acosta, my beautiful madre de Entre Mujeres Radio. Muchas gracias. Good morning to you, my dear Veronica Acosta. Feliz inicio de semana. Happy beginning of the week. Did I understand that Spanish? Thank you so much. Muchas gracias. Mi hermana, mi madre de Entre Mujeres Radio, Veronica Acosta. Thank you so much, and I appreciate all of you for coming, and good vibes, sabi ni Jawo, ILTP Ken. So with that, I hope you'll have a great day and great morning, great week. Let's think of God as our heavenly parent and how we can make God happy. And that is if we love one another, if we sincerely love one another with utmost devotion and utmost sincerity towards the person we are giving our love. And who is that going to be? Whether it is your wife, whether it is your sister or brother, whether it's your friend, your teacher, your coworker, your husband, or your mom and dad, it's all around us. The world needs sincerity, love, and utmost devotion. And if we can do that, I think the world will change for good. Thank you so much. This is Rhia Luz of Buhay Buhay sa Amerika. Hey, Ate Wilma Mayo, thank you so much for joining. I appreciate all of you for coming, and I love you all.
Thank you and God bless you. Of course, I love you. Please take care. Thank you, my dear sister, Cynthia Nakay. So good. And God bless you all. I love you. And let's love one another.